Hello and welcome back for another episode of Real Estate Center University. My name is Simeon Papaelias and I'm an operating partner for the Real Estate Center. And alongside my partner Jas Takhar, we try to bring you all the latest and greatest tips and advice to help you succeed on your real estate or real estate investment journey. Today I'm going to be covering off kind of the exoskeleton. We're going to be looking from the outside in into the home buying process. It's almost a weekly occurrence that we hear a horror story from the buying process, and I'm going to say this very proudly. It's never our clients that are sharing these experiences, but they are happening out there. And education is the absolute most wonderful way of ensuring that none of these things happen to you. People losing deposits, people getting bilked out of deals, people losing in multiple offers, all these crazy things that are happening out there that make for terrible experiences. The home buying experience should be a very enjoyable experience. It should be a memorable experience because of good things, not because of bad things. But like anything else, it's when you get people who are inexperienced, when you work with agents that simply don't have the skill level to compete in major markets, when you have people or dishonest people on the other side, things can go wrong and they can go wrong quickly. So today I'm going to be covering off kind of where you want to go with this, how you want to get started, and kind of create a checklist of things you can do, how to be proactive in putting yourself in the best scenario possible. So the home buying process, or anything buying process, it all starts with you. It starts with what your motivations are. So what, for clarity, to be extremely, I wanna touch where you should start, and it should always be from the heart. You're looking to buy a home. You're looking to make an investment. You need to find out why. Why is it you're buying a home? And what we're going to do with this information is we're going to bring this all down into bringing this whole experience together based on exactly your needs. Everybody wants to pipe in these situations, family members, friends, influences, but nobody knows you like you do. So basically you want to ask yourself, why am I looking for a home? What kind of home am I looking for? Is it because I just changed jobs, I need to be close to my job? Is it because I have a growing family? Is it because I have a shrinking family? Is it because my needs have changed? There's a million reasons why. You need to find out exactly what your reasons are. The minute you know those reasons, you're going to say where. So this is my goal and objective. My goal and objective is to find a bigger home because we're expecting a child, or we need a smaller home because there was a separation. It doesn't matter what you need. Life happens, and as life happens, your needs change and you evolve with those needs. So where am I looking for a home? What area influences are there? What kind of home am I looking for inside that pocket? What can it give me? So once you kind of shortlist those high-level priorities, you're going to kind of spit out a result. And that result's going to be kind of based on your needs versus your wants, what kind of home it is, what kind of amenities the home requires, and all the things that go with that. Once you have that, you need to do the number one most important thing of them all. You need to be honest with yourself. You need to be honest with the commitment that you make for the foreseeable future in buying a home. And you want to speak to a financial institution or trust company or credit union or a broker that you know and trust and knows your situation to find out exactly what it is you can afford, and get pre-approval or a commitment from a lender that's going to be assisting you in the purchase of this home, knowing full well what your equity position is, which means how much down payment do you have, your employment, and all those requirements that go into figuring out how you're going to qualify for the mortgage that you're going to get, if any, but you need to know exactly how much you can afford. And once you have that information, you can actually budget for the rest of the things. Now, why is that so important? Is it because we just don't want to waste time doing showings and avoiding disappointment? No, it's not. The true reason behind getting a pre-approval and you understanding what you can afford is actually going to assist you in putting your budget and your plan together for the rest of your life. If you're looking for a condo in downtown Toronto, which is the market we service, it's not just the price of the condo or the price of the home that you're going to buy. Life costs more money downtown Toronto. Restaurants are probably anywhere between 30 and 40% more expensive in the downtown core than they are in the 905s. You also have about 500 more options available to you, but you should know that your cost of living is going to go up anywhere between 15 and 30% by moving downtown. Why? Because you're going to have expenses that you never had before. You're also letting go of expenses such as a vehicle, etc., because more than likely you're going to be using transit. But when you are doing your budget, it's more than just the bank payment. You need to know what your bank payment is because that's your foundation every month, because you have to pay your mortgage, you have to pay your condominium maintenance fees, you have to pay your utilities. But everything else above and beyond that is optional. How you choose to live your life and how you choose to spend your money, your hard-earned money, is up to you. But you need to know what we like to call it your burn rate, what your actual life costs from an overhead perspective first, before you can start budgeting for your extracurricular and pleasure items per se. So it's a very big discussion, and that's number one thing you should do before even looking at a single home. Number two, you need to look at homes. You need to look at, well, it doesn't matter what type of home you're buying. You should be paying extremely close attention, because item number two, a lot of people are so eager to buy a home. They're so emotional at the time because they've been dreaming about it for so long that they don't give themselves the time and patience required. And I can't tell you how many times we've slowed our clients down and say, hey, take it easy. I've seen, like, you've only seen 3 different condos and you think you've just seen the best thing you've ever seen, when I know for a fact I have something scheduled for you tomorrow at a building that's 3 times nicer. You haven't seen enough buildings. You don't know the amenities that are offered to you at this point. And there is beautiful condos, and I'm not talking about just Toronto, whether it's New York, Chicago, Miami, it doesn't matter where you are. The whole point of this exercise is give yourself the benefit of the doubt. Give yourself the patience and the time to take a look and to understand what your options are completely before pulling that trigger and making a decision that you're going to have to live with for 10 years. Because in many markets at the same price point, whether it's higher or lower, there's many options. And when you have options, explore your options. Use it to your advantage. Use somebody who's skilled and knowledgeable in that market that you're going into, and so you can understand that I'm going to a building that has a really good reputation because it was built solid. The builder is known for architecture, or the builder is known for being utilitarian. However, the buildings are strong and there's never any problems. This building over here, for example, could have had high-tech plumbing installed in it. If you don't work with the right agent that knows the buildings, you would never know that. And if they don't disclose you information that's crucial, such as deficiencies or advantages, how are you possibly making an informed decision? When you're looking at homes, you've already started the process. When you got your pre-approval, you already started the process. We've made many of these videos explaining the importance of building your team. Your team should be all-stars. Your team should be the best of the best in any local market. There is no end of great professionals out there, because there is guys, like, I obviously believe our team is very strong, but I know many of my competitors are fantastic agents, great people, and in any market you can find, if you look, you can find people that their reputation obviously precedes them, and those are the people that you want to work with. You don't want to be working with your cousin Harry because he's your cousin. And I mean, if Harry hasn't been downtown or he's a brand new agent, I mean, give everybody a chance. But this is your investment. This is your strategy. It should be fulfilled by the biggest pros around. Number 4 is the negotiation process. And this is I can't stress enough the importance of working with people who have sold and gone through this process a number of times. And when I'm talking about experience, I've been in the business for now over 10 years. My partner's in the business almost 15 years. Our entire sales team, we have one of the largest teams in Ontario in Canada. And we're recognized in the top 10 nationally for the last 10 years. But our team is spectacular. And what I mean by that is it's a lot of very senior people doing a very big volume of sales. And that's not something to brag about, number one, in sales. What I'm trying to bring into this conversation is when somebody's done 500, 600, or 1,000 transactions or 2,000 transactions in their time, the chances of them not seeing bad situations, of them losing in the past, of them learning and honing their craft is slim to none. These people know what they're doing. My team members are competent as me, or even higher, or still even higher. So when you're working with somebody who has that much confidence, the chances of you losing become almost nil. When you work with people who are still proving their track record, do you want to be an experiment? The answer to me would be no. So work with professionals. And this isn't telling you this person's bad, this person's good. I can never reach to the whole world, and you guys are everywhere. The whole point is do your research, build a strong team, get the best negotiators working for you on your behalf. When we're going in and we're looking, is your agent just saying, oh, how beautiful the walls are, and look at this light, or oh, it has a brand new stove? Who cares if it has a brand new stove? Stove's a couple $1,000. Look at the structural, look at the mechanical, look at the roof. Pick the house apart. If I walk into a place with my clients and I see them going off to La La Land because they're so happy and they love it, I quickly bring them back down and say, hey, we're about to spend $800,000 here. Hey, we're about to spend $500,000 here. Hey, we're about to spend $1.5 million here. Stop. Don't get too excited. Let's find what's wrong with the place. Let's take a look and bring an inspector in. I get it. It's beautiful. The home is tremendous. I love the pool in the backyard. I love the 3-car garage. Or I like its access to transit. But what are we giving up for that? So we're downtown Toronto. The subway's across the street. What is the price we paid to be there? I get it. I understand that you're 30 seconds away and then you're in 5 minutes you're at work. But what are you giving up at the same time? And typically a siren, a blazing ambulance comes across. And are you going to be able to sleep at 2 a.m.? When that ambulance screams by and it's screaming in your head inside this condo, are you okay with that? Did you think of that? Did you think of the vibration potentially of the subway? Did you think of a million different things that come in the downtown core? So there's always considerations. There's no such thing as advantages that don't have disadvantages on the other side of the scale. There's never this. You can never be here without having something here. It's always this. Real estate, life, everything is always right in front of you. You just have to find them. So when you're buying, try to check your emotions at the door. Take your time and look at homes. Work with the pros that represent you, that don't care about those measly few $1,000s of commission, but care about the reputation they've built over the last decade and are looking to build on that reputation, and they're interested in the referral that you're going to give them, not about the money they're about to make today. And that goes for mortgage brokers, that goes from lawyers, that goes to anybody that's involved in this business. So build your pro team. Take your time, get your pre-approval, look at homes, quiz and grill your agent, make sure you're seeing enough. You found your home, everything is good, you're loving it, you put an offer in, it got accepted, you're in the closing process. Everybody thinks we're done. We're not done. We're not done. If you're ill-prepared, you're in for a big surprise. Depending on what you've bought, depending if it's a brand new pre-construction condominium downtown Toronto, or in any market for that matter, is it resale? Is it a home? What are the closing costs? Did you know that if you buy a new condo from a builder, that you're subject to up to $30,000 in development charges? When you bought that pre-construction condo, did your agent negotiate to have those fees capped? When you bought that condo, did you know that if you're an investor versus an end user, if you're going to live in the place, it's one thing. If you're not going to live in the place, there is government tax differentials that you're going to be liable and on the hook for. And I'm not talking about a couple $1,000s. I'm talking anywhere from $20,000 to $30,000 difference, because we're talking about a tax rate of anywhere between 8 and 13% on a purchase of $400,000, $500,000, $600,000. We're talking $50,000 to $80,000 in taxes. So nobody knows everything. That's a fact. If this is your first purchase, if this is your second or third purchase, you still have not done this 1,000 times, like working with a professional that does this for a living. Make sure you're getting the advice from the appropriate sources. Make sure you understand and you hire a lawyer that is going to take the time to go through your whatever it is, whether it's a status certificate, whether it's the deed of a home, whatever your obligations may be, you need to understand those. You need to take time, focus, and understand what you signed, where you're going with this, what are your outs, what is the total closing. I'm hoping that that this is going to bring you some clarity. I'm hoping that this will prepare you for what's to come in your life. I'm hoping that if you're in the Ontario area, you give us a call and we can give you a hand. Or at the very least, if you're from outside of our market, reach out to us. We're always giving tips. We actually have a publication that we put together. It's about to hit bookstores in the fall. It is kind of an investor's handbook. It's going to be breaking down the best practices. Obviously, if you're buying a home for yourself, it's also an investment, so it's very, very relevant to you. But reach out to us in any way. We're on Facebook, we're on Instagram and Twitter, online at www.therealestatecenter.com. Please take a second to subscribe to the YouTube channel. We're always bringing you new content and ways to improve your real estate journey and your real estate experience. From the Real Estate Center, my name is Simeon Papailias. On behalf of my partner Jas Takhar and I, thank you for sharing your precious time with us. We hope we brought you value, and if we did, please share. Until next time, we'll see you very soon. Thank you.